Hello guys, back. I'm back with another video. Here, as you can see, that I have found one image file out here, which defined what tech stack has been used in Tutor 1.0, or when you can say earlier version of the Tutor. What tech stack has been used, which is written down or published by blog byte2go.com. and in today video we are going to define what does different thing means in this image, like what does front end mean, and what different stack has been used as a front end developer in mobile, and does we use different stacks in mobile or in a web version. What does backend means, what does service means, caching, database, messaging, and what does mesos, fingal, jvm, Fangar, Fenagal means Reddish. Reddish is one of the popular way to store cache material than bulk and cache. What is FlogDB? Is there PostgreSQL, MySQL? Different tech has been shown out there. We are going to review it and going to define in this video of all about 15 minutes. Yeah, let's go. What is tech stack means? Tech means basically tech stack is usually defined what different things a company what different things a company is using in order to share their data, in order to share their application to the public. Tech stack is basically defined into four part. Here defined into four part, but basically mainly is two part out here: back end or front end. Big data. What does front end mean? Front end is basically used to define whether data is served in a mobile form or web application form. If data is forming in a mobile form, that then we usually use Shift language, Kotlin or PWA. Shift is usually used for iPhone version, or iPhone version we can say. For iPhone user we usually use Shift language, which is developed by iOS or iOS Apple, which is developed by the Apple. But Kotlin is you Kotlin is Kotlin. What does Kotlin is? Kotlin is very. What is Kotlin? Kotlin is very native language. Native language. You can say it's basically used for Android users. Kotlin is used by the Android users. For the native programming, they use Kotlin. We can use Java, but mainly due to light version or easy to use, easy to learn, we use Kotlin. PWA, I don't know about that. I haven't learned. I don't know what does it do really in this one. I know about the Shift and Kotlin, as I said. Now we are moved to the web version. In the previous video of this playlist, we have learned about the HTML, CSS. HTML, which is HTML used as a structure or a code block in order to show represent data on web. And another to in order to style or repaint those data, we use CSS. And in order to use functionalities on the web page, we use JavaScript. As you can say, on a web version we use JavaScript. Super part of React is a super part which is built on based on JavaScript, which usually use JSX. I'm totally mumbling. Which usually JSX part in order to represent data on the web page. which kind of easy to use if you know about the stack ref use effect version, and it's easy to use. But what if you don't know, if you know if you don't know a little bit about the JavaScript, then it will going to be hard to you. It will going to hard to you in order to understand how to use React in our daily life. We can learn syntax from different sources of internet, either through an article or video version. But to build a problem solving skill, first we know how to create a project through an HTML, CSS, JavaScript. If you know how to create projects through HTML, CSS, JavaScript, we can use those skill or problem solving skill in React or another program language. But first we know how to solve a problem. Then only we can go other aspect of technology. So in order to grasp concept of React, you should know problem solving skill through HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then only you can be a modern intermediate good React developer. So I must suggest you first develop a skill around HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then only move to React. What are the essential things? At least you should know in this. At least you should know these things in order to move to React as a developer. Like you should know map version, string, object. What does object means? How do an export function, ESX function? All these things you should know, at least these things. If you want to move to React version. Other different things we use in React, we use component is a different word used in component is a different word which use in this replace of functions. We can say function as in a component that represent JSX, and pure function we cannot represent JSX. If we write down write down JSX in JavaScript, then it will show an error. But in React, if you are going to use JSX in a component, then it usually represent out as a component. Then we are going to state is usually used to store data. State is used to store data. State is used to store data, which refactor the page again. If refactor or reload the page again, if that has been any modification in it. Redux is the use for state management. Like if you know what is called that props is used to pass from one component to another. Then one component, if there is component id and we have to pass from an parent like app.jsx, then we have to pass it all the way up to down in a tree structure. Then we use component means we have to use it component in every component. If we have to pass in every component, then we have to move it first to the app level. First we have to the parent level. That state we have to move first, that or we have to move to parent level. Then only we are able to pass it is in different component out. And displays of we can use Redux. It doesn't require to move or pass it is to component, it can easily available in that component easily. It doesn't require to move it one parent to another, just available in, and it can't be difficult for a bigger level to understand the topic around it. But yeah, if you know about it, you will you will it you will be in a good position as a software developer, because it's used every day, every aspect of our life. If we talk about the mobile version of React, it is React Native. In place of Kotlin, we can use React Native. That's so that can generate Android level code also, as well as iOS level code. That but it prefer to company that what stack is what stack they want to use. But yeah, if they want to be if they want to build a native level app, then it must be a good, but then it may be a good option. Yeah, you can use React. If you know about the React technologies, we can use. If you know about the React knowledge, we know different aspect of React, then we can use that knowledge in order to we can build web application through React, but we can use that knowledge in React Native to build an app applications, all aspect of all the thing that React does, or the thing that we can extend to React Native also. Like we can say, if you know all aspect, like React Native contain all the things that has been in React. Other aspect will join like notification or offline store networking. There are other additional, but core component will be extract from React itself, like component, function, state, reduction. All this all from React itself, not outside. We have talked a lot about the front end. Now let's move to the backend portion. Backend portion out here, backend we have seen that services, what services they use, like caching part, cache. Cache is something that, like, if we store some data in on a database, first read about what does database means. Database means where do you store your user data, users files or user things, what they do on day-to-day life. Where do you store that portion? That does means database means use keep your values keep your values keep your values in order to restore data. Cache. Now let define an data name John Doe. Let's if an person earlier came to and retrieved that data John Doe, and we know other person also going to request that data, then that particular data John Doe we can store in a cache that will be easily to then it will be fast to user and many others without hitting request to the database. And as we know, as we hit the database, price automatically increase down of and cloud service. But instead of that, we use cache. For that, our speed will going to increase of processing data, and we are not hitting down the database. Ultimately it's our profit, yeah, and user, and good for user response. That's why we use cache. Messaging, they use messaging will is in order to store data of message of Apache Kafka orchestra. Know what does messaging means? Yeah, we have already covered 15 minutes. Wow. Like big data processing, summing bird, scalding, tableau. Tableau is used to represent data in different form. Summing bird can be used out there. Data storage, Hadoop or blob store. Oh, you can use different technology in order to become a full stack developer. But I usually suggest first learn about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, create around 300 project around it, and then move to React concept. React concept. If you know about the React concept, then you can easily learn React Native in one week. Then you can build up front-end application of web as well as app versions. And in order to learn about the backend, you can learn about Node.js. Through that, you can create backend API through which you can connect it. API is a pipeline or a line that connect front-end application with backend, and backend in order to front application to database like Matrix, MySQL, PostgreSQL. That's the thing that you use database. Anyway, hero, summing bird, scalding, all the things to the data stranger, the registry your AWS cover crowd. All this thing has been used. That's it for the video. We have covered already a bigger part of this portion. What does stack is being used in different. What does stack has been used by Twitter in order to Twitter 1.0 version in order to show their application on to users. Okay, that's it for the video. We'll see you next time.